In the commemoration of the Human Rights Day, we are here to raise awareness to the slave trade problem, a big issue in our society violating lots of human rights. First of all, you must understand what's a slave, which is by definition a person held in servitude as a chattel of another. Evidence of slavery predates written records and has existed in many cultures. Mass slavery requires economic surpluses and a high population density to be viable. Due to these factors, the practice of slavery would have only proliferated after the invention of agriculture during the Neolithic Revolution, about 11,000 years ago.
Slavery in Portugal occurred since before the country's formation. During the pre-independence period, inhabitants of the current Portuguese territory were often enslaved and enslaved others. After independence, during the existence of the Kingdom of Portugal, the country played a leading role in the Atlantic slave trade, which involved the mass trade and transportation of slaves from Africa and other parts of the world to the American continent. Fortunately, slavery was abolished in Portugal in 1761 by the Marquis of Pombal, one of the earliest countries doing that.
Nowadays, slavery is a lot less expressive. In fact, it isn't legal anywhere. Though there are still tens of millions of people trapped in various forms of slavery throughout the world. Researchers estimate that slavery generates 150 billion each year in illicit profits for traffickers. Human rights are rights inherent to all human beings, regardless of gender, nationality, place of residence, sex, ethnicity, religion, color, or other categorization. Thus, human rights are non-discriminatory, meaning that all human beings are entitled to them and cannot be excluded from them.
Slavery, forced labor, and human trafficking are violations of human rights. Because these acts strip human beings of their inherent rights, in fact, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights explicitly references that slavery, stating in Article 4, "No one shall be held in slavery or servitude. Slavery and the slave trade shall be prohibited in all their forms." It states that all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. When a person is submitted to slavery, she is not free. In Article 5, it says that no one shall be subjected to torture or to cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatments or punishments. I think we all agree that slavery cannot proceed in our world. We ask you to imagine yourself being natural from a country where parents sell their children to forced labor. How do you feel knowing what you know today? Well, pretty messed up, huh? That's what slaves have to go through.
If you want to help curing this world disease, you have some trustable websites as a www.freetheslaves.net, where you can donate money to help this cause. They use this money to liberate slaves, fight for justice, for human rights. Summing up, they fight for a better world. A better world. Thank you for being here. Woo!
Slavery, forced labor, and human trafficking.
Come on. If you want to help curing this world disease, you have some trustable websites as the www.